So good feeling this morning. Not quite sure what time it is, about 6:15 I think. But we're the first up an hour albergi, although I have seen someone else just walk up the trail ahead of me. I'm going to see the sunrise this morning. It'll be nice, and I'm being brave. Oh, got the moon. Oh, the moony. Got some new shoes. But, I wanted to get the Hoka Speed Goat, because Speed Goat sounds great, wide. I've got some other ones which I've been trying on my 0 days. We'll see how we get on with those today. Just had a gorgeous walk out the village. Nice heavy dew, and yes, there's a gorgeous aroma of freshly cut hay as we're just coming out of the village. I think got some decent trees. Got a little bit of a climb to watch the sunrise this morning, which will be nice. Yeah, that's nice. Whoops.
It almost sounded like you worked for the government.
Oh right, yeah, there we go, there's our trail this morning. It's quite cool. We've been watching, I think they're voles that have been running across the path as we've been walking along here. We're guessing maybe it's a bit of Roman road. Interesting. Oh, we're going to across something that's very much not a Roman road. Oops. Stubbing toe on a raised wooden plank. Hang on, someone in there. A nice little climb to watch the sunrise. We got some road signs for our Camino trail. I think it must be a road as well. It's amazing how quickly the sun rises. Of course, we're walking west, so we don't see it. And then 1 minute it's not there, and the next minute it's popped up, and it's like, oh, I missed it. I can see the sun just on the top of this hill here, so we haven't got sunrise yet. At the top of it all has. So we're minutes away. I love all the scrubland you get in this part of Spain. You get the intensive agriculture below, past the fields of arable crops, and then you suddenly get up here all the wind vanes flashing away at us this morning. We're getting super close. You can just see the sun on there, and it's just up here, not quite on us yet. We're getting super close to watching the sunrise, which I'm very excited about. I think they must be sand mountains, I don't know. And I haven't quite woken up yet, I'm thinking about it. Ooh, can't tell you how excited I am about the sun coming up. Look, it's just here. The sun's rising and we're climbing, so we're kind of meeting. Like a horror movie I watched once. It was on a plane and there was some devil creature in the back of the hold that was slowly terrorising the plane, working its way forward on one of these double-decker 747s, and so the plane was rising in altitude trying to meet the sunrise when they decided that this devil thing wasn't going to cause them any problems again. I haven't quite got that yet. Very opposite of Camino. Ooh. 6 foot. I'm going to walk into it. Because you're walking away, the sun comes up so quick. There she is. walk up and down the hill. I'm going to walk back down again to get a photo. Oops. I'm struggling with the sun. I'll try to show you the Camino path in the village that we started this morning. Definitely seen considerably more sunsets than I've seen sunrises. Got two long shadows. They're coming with us. Oh. That's pretty cool. Almost summited our little hill. The hill fort we climbed on top of that hill last night. It's like an island in the valley. We were having a conversation last night that a couple of American girls, they had a whole load of fancy sports cars, McLarens and Porsches and all sorts of bits and pieces go tearing past them yesterday. And she said she was in Nevada walking along with the flowers and her fingertips dancing on the tops of the tips of the barley, and she found herself wondering what, well, the fact that she didn't want to be in a sports car, which I never would have wanted to be in anyway. I was smiling how the kids in the schools, especially the boys, would frequently ask me what car I want, assuming I wanted a sports car. And I always used to tell them, no, van. So I chuck the dogs in, and the walking kit, and the tents, and the kayaks, and the surfboards. I can never get their head around that. They want a sports car? No, don't want a sports car. But I had a similar experience quite a long time ago, was walking along next to the motorway and watching people tear along the motorway and thinking, why are you tearing along the motorway? What's the rush? What are you getting from life by tearing along there in comparison to us? I think the Camino gets better the longer you in, so I think we're, well, there we go, it's a bit complicated now. So we had 3 days off, so 23, so I think it's be day 24, but we had 3 days off for Lucy, another day off in Burgos, another day in Pamplona, so 3, 4, 5, so 19 days of walking. And the further you get in, the more you kind of fall into nature's rhythm. You're a cuckoo this morning. We've just got this exciting bit coming out on the ridge. That's a tree. Oh, looks like a copper beech. I don't know whether it is or not. I was just thinking I was coming up there, the 0 days, which is a term that I've stolen from people that walk the Pacific coast. American, it's like 2,000 miles or something, a bit more I think, that are as important as the walking days. It's a cool, nice little shelter. Later on today when it gets hot, that'll be awesome. Looks like a copper beech. Never quite sure what you're going to get when you reach the top. A bit of a plateau. Oh, I can see people walking quite a way off. So I'm liking the Mesetas over. Mountains in the distance over there. Oh, I got that magic bit. You know, the best light. Sunrise and sunset. And I'm finding the Mesetas incredibly beautiful. There's a girl that obviously camped just up here. You'll see her in a second. There we go. What a magic place to camp. Wake up to this Quite a few people at camp actually get up quite late. Why not? It can quite often be a couple of hours or more into a walk. You find people just breaking camp at well, the Meseta so far is bloody gorgeous. Let me give you a zoom back and give you an idea. Big landscapes. We've not walked on the plateau for very long. Breathtaking. Ah, I know we end up with some very straight lines. So I think I can see our Camino path going off into the distance. yeah. So look, you can see this. Look, if I zoom in, it's our path going along here and going along there, and into some woods. I don't know where it quite goes then. Probably about right. I think we're about 10k from our first village today. Although some of the bits of the Meseta, there's no villages between the start of the walk and finish. Not very many. Got quite a long one today. I think it's 28k or something. I was just talking about 0 days a minute ago. They're really quite. I think they're quite important. They give you an opportunity to kind of absorb what you're doing, slow down, and give you a chance to think about where you are and what you're doing, rather than just trying to get miles under your feet every day. It's not about getting to Santiago, or for us it'll be Finisterre and Muxia, as long as the legs and the soul last out. Got the advantage of nice early starts from the shade here. This would be tough 2 o'clock. This is a strange one. Musty storksbill. They remind me of geisha girl fingernails. I don't know why, but well, I met a geisha girl. The tractor over there cutting some grass. Only just been able to hear the tractor. It's been so quiet, just our footsteps and the skylark stinging away. Actually, bizarrely, at the top of that ridge, even though a long way away, we could hear the wind turbines whooshing away. Quite like that. Oh, Clary's got this one. Salad rocket. So it would kind of suggest that I've got some leaves here, and the leaves do look a little bit like, oh, they do look a bit like a rocket leaf. Let's see what it tastes like. That's amazing. Just tastes like rocket. Lo and behold, salad rocket. Banging. Cool. Don't have very many leaves on there, but gorgeous. Good shout, Carrie. Is it the tractor we saw working a minute ago? Oh, yeah, it's got to be the. I thought he was cutting grass, but he's clearly turning some hay. Just reading to see whether the farmers get paid for planting wildflower meadows, because there seems to be quite a few of them. But a bit of a job to tell, but they did suss out that they don't pay. Farmers don't pay for water for irrigating their crops, but they're really tightly monitored for pollution. And so if the nitrogen or, well, yeah, all the pesticides or farmyard manure or fertiliser runoff from farms are heavily taxed. Quite a clever way of doing it. Bit of a boring roady bit, but there we go. It's not that long. We're watching this tower slowly materialise out of the hills. There we go, all these agricultural buildings over here. I think we're approaching our first town, which is sort of like 10k in, which is not too far. I'll tell you about that. Just reading up a bit about the Spanish farms. So only 50% of the landmass of Spain is farmed. It's an incredibly small amount, isn't it? All these cornflowers here. God, they're gorgeous. The first £250,000 of a farmer's income is not taxed. That's significant, isn't it? The new farmers between the age of 18 and 40 for the first 4 years don't pay any tax. No, first 5 years don't pay any tax. So it's going to have a considerably easier to get into farming in Spain than it would be back home. Average farm size 25 hectares, really small, eh? I mean, it's just sort of over 50 acres. Tiny. Definitely wouldn't think it going along. It might be why we've not seen anybody work in the fields. It might be like France. A lot of France are small farms, and so people have got a full-time job, and then their farming is almost like a hobby that they do in the evening and weekends, because we've seen very few people work in the fields. And of course we finish lunchtime, and so if they come out and work the fields after work, we wouldn't see them. Although after work is late in Spain. Most of the shops close between I think it's about 2 o'clock through till 4 or 5 o'clock, and then typically don't close until 9. So, normal shops in town are open till 9 o'clock. Some of them close at 8, but that's northern Spain. You can see a field of oats. Just coming up. Marie said she fancies that place. I was just watching a documentary. Hang on, I just sussed out. We've got a field of oats there, a field of barley here, and a field of wheat here. And then I couldn't remember from my farming days the way that, I forgot what they're called now, but where the leaf joins the stem is different with the three. So obviously it's easy when they're in seed as they are now. So I'm just going to have a look. Yeah, so the wheat's almost got no fingers at all. Oh, was that wheat? Yeah, it was. Oh, buggers, I've pulled up 2 wheats. Need a barley. This one's the oats. It's got nothing. That's it, there we go. And then the barley, they've got these kind of fingers that kind of wrap around. So the barley's got 2 fingers that wrap around. The wheat hardly got any at all, and the oats was kind of really open, even more so. I knew that you could identify them from just looking at the leaf nodes. It's, oh my goodness, I was at agricultural college. I finished agricultural care at the JD2, and then I did 3 years day release, 2 years full time. So it must have been 1978 I must have started at college. I finished 82. That's a cool place. You get some of these, they're not called albergues, but run by the monasteries. But I think that might have been one of those. But, I was talking to somebody that stayed in one back a week or so ago, and he said it was a magic experience. They got invited up high up in the church to have a special mass, and they were given a candle that they passed around, and you held the candle, and you told the rest of the group why you were doing the Camino. But, it's quite a powerful. We've only done that once at the moment. It's quite a powerful experience, and it's quite difficult to vocalise, and probably changes, I reckon, as your journey along the Camino goes. Nice bridge. Just go and walk over. Yeah. A nice swim spot later on in the day. Also looks a wee bit brown, but nonetheless inviting. I wonder what trees those are. That building we saw down there, it must be an old mill. This is clearly, you can hear the water. I've got a, oh, is that a police car? Surprised how often the police usually come off the trail on the Camino. Oh wow, it's just a natural. I don't know. I think it is a weir. Yeah, the police meet you when you come off, and if you're Spanish, they ask to see their passports. We've not seen it, but apparently it's a bit of a problem with people joining the Camino, making out their pilgrims to go and steal your credit card and phones and bits and pieces in the albergues. They definitely look after you. That's today's route?
Oh yeah, this is where we finish today.
Okay.
That's where we finish tomorrow. That's where we finish on Thursday.
Is this the alternative route? I'm following the canal?
No, this is the alternative we're following.
Oh, okay. Alright, we'll definitely do that one, eh?
So the next day we're stopping here.
Hola. Going into a new little province de Palencia. Looks nice. The Camino shop. Costa del Leon. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Lisa just wished us good day. Didn't want anything from us, but we've seen if you look like you're Spanish and they ask for their passports, and you have to, when you stop at the albergues or hotels or anything, you have to hand in your passports, and there's an app that the police use where they take a photo and register you, let you stay the night there. It's a cool system. Black poplar plantation. I was just doing my normal Google. Oh, what's black poplar good for? Apparently it's very springy, so it was used in the past for cartwheels, and it's fire resistant, and so it's in the past was used for floorboards in houses a lot. There we go. Big irrigation systems across here. Oh, that one's even firing up over there. And we're just coming into this little town, hopefully, for our morning coffee. We had our normal naff coffee in the albergue, a big urn, normal stuff, sort of, you know, Nescafe, gold blend type stuff. I keep making a mistake of having someone putting a bit of sugar in it, but it's foul. Actually, better off with a nice black tea in the morning, and then wait until you get to a coffee stop and get a nice croissant. I've got a decision to make now. Do I have a cafe con leche, which is a really milky thing, which I normally do, but actually we've been going for several hours, so I think we're actually into cortado, something a bit more of a punch. And then a freshly squeezed orange juice, which is just sublime. It's a lovely cool morning. Sprinklers are going, kind of cool. I'm not quite halfway in yet, but it's kind of nice to think of the things you want to take away. Oh, look at the rainbow colours on the sun shining through the sprinklers. Lost it for a second. It's funny because Kerry's found this, they fairly recently twinned the Camino Francais with one in Japan, but it's a fair bit shorter, and Kerry was saying, we both were saying, oh, I really fancy that. Fantastic way to go and experience Japan. but then she was saying in a negative way the fact that it was shorter than this one. So that gives you an idea of the mindset. So I think that's one of the takeaways, is that you experience the world in a rather magical way walking through it than you do driving. It's all very well having a motor caravan, but actually you don't really experience. Got me. You don't experience the world driving through it or fly. I think planes are great because, I mean, there are some, well, yeah, normally I'd say there's some really boring parts, but I've not found that. There have been some more mundane bits of the Camino. The toughest bit to date has been going into Burgos, walking around the airport, and then along the paved section. I got we're going to be cool down. Oh, get me again. And again. There we go. Got my window to go through. I was got a couple of times. Yeah, so more walking, and you need to do multi-days. None of this sort of walking from a car and back to a car. We've a friend of ours is a ski instructor, French ski instructor. See a cafe, brilliant. That's really nice, isn't it? On Camino Peregrino. That's lovely. In Montgenèvre, and winter he's a ski instructor, and then in the summer one of his relatives owns a restaurant up in the mountains, and people go and walk the mountain routes, but once you've climbed it high, you don't come back down again, and so they eat up in the mountains and sleep up in the mountains. Sounds really nice. I think we're going to be doing some more of that with the dogs. It's a nice little village, very rural. Pussycat. Young Camino Peregrino. Surrounded by the wind farms. A little breakfast stop. Next stop when we finish. Oh, there's a stork coming.
We've got a stop in about, I think it's like 9.8k.
Oh, okay.
And then another one in, and then it's like 5.
Oh, Adam's family.
And then 5.5 to the finish.
Oh, okay. Oh, cracking.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Moon's still there. Been watching a couple that bought a small holding in Portugal. I was surprised how, I assume that the build costs in, I'm guessing Spain and Portugal are similar. It's the same as UK, but actually they're about half. They've got 2 houses on the farm that they bought, and knocked one down, rebuilding that one from scratch. Quite a high spec, and they are saying that they've been quoted £1,000 a square metre. I mean, that would, can't do much for less than 2,000 at home. And they were saying, if you wanted to do a more basic one or some do it yourself, you could easily get it down to £700 or £800 per square metre. And that £1,000 a square metre, that's them doing nothing. They've got building team coming in to do all the work for them, knock the house down, the works. So, okay. And then when it's finished, so I think it's 5 hectares, so sort of 15 acres, something like that. And so it's going to end up with 2 big houses, a load of landscaping, whole series of outbuildings, and it's going to cost them, including the purchase price, which I think was €90,000, 350,000, and that's about, they've had a staging come out, and it's about what it'll be valued at when it's finished. Money goes a long way out. I mean, it'll be rural Portugal. We've been walking for a little while, I quite like these little escarpments poking out from the fields of barley. Got a feel of hay being dried there. Where do we start? Over the top of that ridge on the other side. And it's getting hot. But, see what time it is. 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. And it's going to be quite exciting when we get to the top of this ridge. See what opens out in front of us. Listening to a really cool book that somebody recommended to me last night. Green Light. But, interesting guy. Yeah, young guy. He used to play professional football in Australia, and then had an injury, had to do a hip reconstruction. That's pretty major. And then got his own construction company with his dad. They go and build hospitals, big stuff. But, now he's taking a couple of years out to go and explore this wonderful world we all live in. Nice guy. Anyhow, he was recommended this book I'm listening to, Green Light. I'm liking it. And another one, I think Think Like a Monk, that was the other one he's given me. I'll see what it's like later. That's the view it's opened up over that little rise. Probably that church is the next little town we've got. Oh, I don't know, there's another one over there. It's that classic one where the environments change just subtly as you go over the rise. Different view, different feel. We haven't got those little islands of scrub sticking up amongst the fields of wheat and barley. It's got ryegrass growing in the wheat. We got some big landscapes. Lovely smell of drying hay. Different to this morning. This morning had the dew on it. I have a different scent. This is got that smell of dry hay now. It was damp, fresh cut the grass this morning. Because we can see 5 stork nests. One on the left.
There's one on the top of the roof. There's 2 there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, 6. 6 stork nests. It's not so good for the frogs and the mice, but we like them. On how good a town is. That has goats in the town. So good. I just want to chill in here by the bin. Should I eat pilgrims? Good bit of grass. So we just joined the canal. We've got about 5k or whatever it is to the town that we're stopping tonight. I think it's F Fromista or something like that. Oh yeah. What's nice, we get a few trees, even though it's a straight line, but then lots of straight lines on the Meseta. Like the shade, the water doesn't look that enticing, but it is quite warm. Irrigation time. Almost we're going to have to go and walk underneath the sprinklers. Not quite. There we go. What are you stopping and looking at the machine for? head around the irrigation systems. I think the concrete, well, yeah, I think the concrete ones are like little canals, and then they seem to have some diesel engines to go and give it the pressure to go and pump it through a sprinkler system. I think that's what's happening. Oh, they stopped to look as well. Just saying goodbye to the canal. Building a new bridge over the canal for some road. And I'm just looking at all the work they've done here to go and put flexible joints in for each of the concrete joins. There's a little bit of water. Yeah, a bit of water taking along down there. Big open prairies of the Meseta. Bit like a runway, that bridge. It's normal main road, isn't it? We wouldn't even notice it. We're driving along in the car. Might just notice the fact you're crossing a canal. Probably not. We did. Good name for that place. Camino de la Castilla. British flag. I'm enjoying sections of the canal that gives us some shade. I think we're just coming into the town. I did tonight. Electric bikes are cool. I think this might be the flight of locks that I've seen quite a few photos of. I've got a feeling only the top one's working, but we're about to find out. Always get you different surprises every day. Grain silos, I think. Somewhat out of place house. Fromista, that's definitely yes. Over that way. Oh yes, a fair old drop in height. I did think I was going to swim here, but I don't think so. Not unless the... oh wow. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, all the other... oh. Quite impressive seeing it all empty. Now gate's gone. Amazing feet range. It must have been where the lock gate went. Cool. There I'll drop with a sill of those. Another set of locks. Gary said, if you're going to mess around taking pictures of the lock, I'm going to stand in the shade. He's probably sussing out where our digs are tonight. That's what it would have looked like when it was working. We've seen plenty. We've been to the... wow. It's in Spate. Fun place for a vending machine. They pop up fairly regularly. Not as obscurely as we're going to get when we go to Japan, but look at that classic one. We've been walking along the canal, which obviously takes the sort of geographical, topographical, most efficient route through the countryside, and so we now got a railway that runs next to that. This has superseded the canal. Apart from, I reckon it's still really important for irrigation, but not for transportation. Got the scent from these. It's actually not very sweet, but they look pretty awesome. Oh, let's say the blackthorn maybe. Scarlet firethorn apparently. So I guess we come in the autumn, get red leaves, bit of fennel there. Gary said, time to stop walking, it's too hot. This is, oh, we've got to stop walking and filming it. The stalks on top of there. I was actually thinking the stalks are very religious. You'll see why. It's impressiveness they've got there. On a grain auger. This is, oh, we've got to stop walking and filming it. The stalks on top of there. I was actually thinking the stalks are very religious. You'll see why. It's impressiveness they've got there. On a grain auger. I said the stalks are religious because they're on the top of all the church towers. Of the hotel we're staying in, which is very nice. Backing views. That church unusual here, over there, it's got, oops, the roof has got an air gap. And it works super well. It's cold in there, which is lovely. Yeah, look at this. It's big. It's a bit wrecked because we've been in there. Hi. A bath. A shower that was nuts. So I had to go and take the end off the shower, wherever that is. There you go. Trying to fill the bath for Kerry. It's closed up. I've never seen such a big bed, which is a bit wrecked because we have a shower, wash our clothes, then go to bed and have a nap. Nice balcony with the clothes drying. Hammock, which I haven't been on. Over the other side, they've got another church with all the stalks, which you'd expect. Stalks everywhere. It's just Stalk City. I'll quick whiz downstairs and I'll show you. It's a nice little paddling pool for footsies. They got these fires everywhere for the heating. We only used one once. It was super noisy. It'd be fascinating to see one going again. Nice garden and a little paddly pool for your feet, which is awesome. And some towels. It's super cold, which is just brilliant. I'm going to go and put my footsies in again. And there was a fountain coming out there earlier. So turn that bit off. We're going to have a look. We've got our library and bits and pieces. It's cool. And all these fires. I got some stargazing stuff, telescopes. We're not having breakfast. That's till 7:30, I think. We'll be way gone. There's a bar that we can help ourselves to. Got to pay for everything. Look at this. Beer o'clock. Soft drinks, wine, all these things are then really cool. In here, they got glasses which are in the freezer. Oh, banging, I tell you. Then that was that bit you saw outside.